host of the Gridiron.
There is. Just go ahead. Ask Shep. There is life after the Giants. Just ask Shep, right? Obviously last year he had the emotional, right? We went out there on the field for like the last game and form and everything like that. And, he's all emotional. And, hey, man, it's obviously, you see in that thumbnail there, you got the, Daniel Jones and Shep. Shep, man, the guy's a maniac on the sideline. He's the freaking cheerleader, right? So he had, his time with the Giants is coming to an end. Now, he doesn't have, he's doing okay with the Bucs. He has, I think it was 16 receptions. Yeah, he has 16 receptions on the season so far. He's averaging 10 yards a reception. He has one touchdown. He's 16 catches. Halfway through the season, he's played in 8 games. He has started 2 games. So he's 16 catches. So basically he's on pace for around 30 catches. Of course, since this, with Baker Mayfield here, and actually Shep and Mayfield were on Oklahoma for 1 year, I think it was. But, with Shep and Baker, I'm sure anytime Shep's out there, I'm sure, of course, once again, they're going to try to make the Giants look bad, I'm sure, right? So don't be surprised if Shep winds up bringing down a few balls. Let's see what do you have so far this year? Shep, let's see. His high was 4 receptions. That was against Kansas City. They lost in overtime. He had 5 targets, 4 receptions. Other than that, he's had 3 receptions in 3 other games. So, it's possible, very possible. The Giants don't have, they got a nice defense, but, they've given up some yards and all that stuff. So, hey, if Shep winds up with 3, 4, 5 receptions, don't be surprised at all. Don't be surprised at all. But, there is life after the Giants. Ask Saquon, right? Ask Eli. Ask all these players, right? There is life after football. There was this one article here talks about with Shep, right? Right. There can be life after the Giants. Sterling Shepard can attest to that, right? After the Giants let him go, right? It looked like maybe his career was over, but said, yep, he heard it. Obviously, Sterling Shepard said it's been everywhere. Shepard is in contact fairly regularly with Daniel Jones, but not this week with Shepard's new team, the Buccaneers, preparing to face his old team, the Giants. Now Shep will probably be in contact with Daniel Jones, right? Because Daniel Jones ain't on the Giants no more. Shepard now works in Tampa, but he spent the first 8 NFL years of his career with the Giants, as he was disheartened to hear that his former quarterback got benched and basically put out to pasture. I feel for him, man, because I know how hard the dude works. I've seen it firsthand and how great of a dude he is, Shepard told the Post. And he can play ball, man. He's a good ball player. It's just unfortunate that this is the way this business goes sometimes. Well, remember, it's not personal. It's a business. It's business result driven, right? You got to produce. It's good to you sometimes, but sometimes it goes the other way, and you get to navigate through, and you've got to navigate through that. Jones on Friday asked for his release, and the Giants honored that request. Eli Manning threw Shepard the ball for his first 3 years with the Giants, and Jones was the passer for Shepard's next 5 NFL seasons. Shepard made the playoffs as a rookie in 2016, and the next time the Giants made it to the postseason was in 2022. He lasted through only 3 games before he tore his ACL. His torn ACL ended the season. He started only 4 games the next 2 seasons before his time with the Giants ran out. There was so much losing for Shepard with the Giants, and it continues on without him as the Giants take their 2-8 record into MetLife Stadium on Sunday. This experience with the Buccaneers gives Shepard, respected and well-liked during his stay with the Giants, a chance to see how another organization operates. I feel like the Giants are a couple of pieces away from being a really good team, Shepard said. I think they've got a lot of solid pieces there. when it comes to the culture and everything like that, I've gotten a chance to see the way things are done on a different hand. But I think there could be maybe a little bit of work there, the culture and everything like that. It's just different in so many different ways and so many different levels, he said. When it goes down to the small things, what you can do in the building as a player, the way you're able to communicate and be hand in hand with the coaches, it's a lot of different things. I kind of picked up on being there for so long, even down to the training staff or the weight coaches. I'm not saying the way that they do it is bad, because it's not. It's just different, and I've gotten to see the other side of it. Brian Daboll did not have much use for Shepard on the field in 2023, and since making the playoffs in his first year as head coach, Daboll has lost his touch, with the Giants going 8-19 the past 2 seasons. I don't think you can go from being the coach of the year 2 years ago to just being a guy that can't get the job done, Shepard said. I don't believe that. I wish him nothing but the best. I feel like he can be a coach that can produce wins. He's done it before, and he did it early on, so I don't think he's just going to go away from that. So, good old Shep, right? Obviously, he was one of the biggest cheerleaders, right? And of course, and we're talking about obviously Saquon Barkley, right? Xavier McKinney, right? With the Packers. McKinney is second in the league in interceptions for the Packers. Julian Love and Leonard Williams, right? J. Love with special sauce and Leonard Williams, right, with Seattle, are starting on defense for the Seahawks. Of all the moves that drained away talent, Shepard finds it hard to come to grips with the Giants actually letting Barkley walk out the door directly into the arms of a division rival. So, has he ever shown you anything different, Shepard said? Maybe the year after his injury, he came back a little bit slower, but he is always still getting healthy. He's the ultimate teammate, leader, and obviously his style of play and what he does on the field speaks for itself. That defines a player and a person that is tough to give up. For me, that's what I think, Shepard said, to be completely honest. So I mean, obviously Shep had, has a lot of nice things to say, but the thing is, when you go to other teams, you get, it's not when you're with the Giants. Well, this is how every organization runs. I mean, he goes to goes to another team. There's probably certain things the Bucs do better than the Giants, and there's probably certain things the Bucs have that are worse than the Giants. Is what it is. And if you go to almost every other team, some teams will do some things better, some teams will do things worse. It is what it is. But it's hard to come to grips with. You kind of like at least with Shep, right? You kind of knew like the writing was on the wall for kind of like the whole season, right? The 2023. Chance is probably going to be my last season here with the Giants, right? Maybe to let me go, or not bring me back. So maybe this might be my last season. So he plays the whole season. I mean, like with Daniel Jones, it was like, hey, 1 week you're the starting quarterback in Germany, right? And 2 weeks later you're on the scout team, being a safety for the scout team, and then the next day you're being asked, asking for your, So, I mean, that's a whirlwind right there. Right. As I said, same thing with Saquon. I said Xavier. I mean, all the guys, Leonard Williams, Julian Love. Right. It is what it is. But it's just not the Giants. It's everywhere. Every team loses players. That's the way it is in the NFL. I mean, just because you got 53 guys, those 53 guys aren't going to be on the roster next season. It's just the way it is. It's the nature of the beast. But with Daniel Jones, as I said before, give him whatever. Every hour, every day that goes by, it'll be a little bit easier, to look back at the Giants. I mean, now it's maybe a little difficult or tough or whatever, but I mean, I'm sure it'll be very difficult for him because he's used to being in the building, whatever, I don't know, 6 a.m, 7 in the morning, and leaving at 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, whatever it might wind up being. That's what he's used to during football season. That ain't the case now, right? But he's got his money, so he won't be hurting for money. But the thing is, is anybody going to pick him up? Well, if they have to pick up his $12 million and his rest of his salary, I don't know if that's going to happen this year. So we'll have to wait and see. All right, guys, been 1 hour and almost 30 minutes. Whoever spent any time listening to me live, thank you. or if anybody's going to spend any time watching a replay this. Once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. And as always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.